Hey there, it's Jane. I'm going to do a really quick informal series informational on life and money. And right in front of me I have notes because I have a tendency to ramble on and I want to make sure that I'm keeping to the topic. So if you see me looking down, that is what I'm looking at. So today's topic is titled, Change Your Mindset, Change Your Outcome. I don't know if you know this, but your mind likes to hang out in the weeds. 80% or more of your thoughts are negative. And to add to that, 80% of the thoughts that you had before you went to bed, you wake up with the next day. So, and it pertains to life and money. Let's just say that you're doing the laundry and you're just really irritated because socks are missing. Or maybe you say to yourself, gosh, I can't bake a cake to save my life. I would like to encourage you to change those thoughts. Rather than getting frustrated with the sock, just accept it as a fact of life. Socks get missing in the laundry. Rather than getting frustrated you can't make a cake, start with a box cake. Make a cake. You will affirm the fact that you actually made a cake from a box. Follow the directions to the T, and then maybe branch out to an easy from scratch cake. And pretty soon, as you do little tiny things, your thoughts will affirm and go, oh my gosh, I can make a cake. It's okay if I lost a sock. It's okay if I have to empty the dishwasher, because better to do that than to wash the dishes by hand. And the exact same thing happens with your money. So I'm gonna look at my notes real quick. So maybe you're saying to yourself, I'm no good with money. How do you know that? Have you ever tried to be good with money? I'm not talking about trying to budget for 30 days or trying to stop overspending for 30 days or saying no to the things you love because you're just determined to say no. That's not being good with money. That's just having a determination, but really no why behind the determination. You need a big, big why as it pertains to everything. Or maybe you're saying to yourself, I hate budgets because they're so restricting. I can never buy anything I want. Or I hate budgets because I'm no good with math. Well, you know what? You don't have to be good with math to be good with money. I would like to encourage you, actually I would like to just not, yes, I would like to encourage you, but I would like you to look at a budget as a map. Let's just say you live in New York City and you want to go to Disney World in Florida. Well, you're going to get out your map, you're going to plug in your GPS, you're going to get in your car and you're going to go, but I guarantee you, you're not going to get on 85 North. You're going to go south to Florida. And the reason you use a map and the reason you plug it in your phone and your GPS is because you want to get to your destination. So the exact same thing happens with your money. The purpose of a budget, the purpose of a money map is not to deprive you of all the things you love and all the things that you want and you're spending and you're eating out, new clothes or whatever. The purpose of a budget is to map out your money before it gets spent so that you can tell your money what to do rather than wondering where the heck your money went. Let me look at my notes again. So if you say to yourself, I'll never pay off debt, well, you know what's going to happen? You never will. Because whether you think you can or you think you can't, that's what happens. That's a quote by Henry Ford. And if you say to yourself, I will never pay off debt, Henry Ford? Oh, no, informal. Can't remember. Ford, somebody Ford. If you tell yourself, I'll never be able to pay off debt, you know what? You won't, because you will not put a plan in place to pay off debt. So what's going to happen is you're going to try, an emergency is going to happen, the refrigerator is going to need repaired, somebody needs to go to the hospital, you have a flat tire, you need a new tire, and then all of a sudden you got to put that on the card and you're like, oh my gosh, there's just too much stuff, I'll never be able to pay off debt. I was able to pay off $100,000 in debt by a different mindset. Because if you would have asked me if I had any extra money, I would have said I didn't have 2 cents to rub together. If you would ask me for 20 bucks, I would say, look at my wallet. There's not $20 in there. I was able to change my mindset because I was determined. I had a big, 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 big why, and I'll explain that all to you at a future time of why I wanted to pay off debt and have money, because I wanted to not live in a 2-man tent and not eat dog food when I got older. That was my big why, my determination, and I put a plan in place. So I would like to suggest, just to begin, so you change your mindset, change your outcome as it pertains to money. Set yourself a tiny little goal. Maybe you want to save $20 this week, or $20 next week, or $20 in the course of a month. Or maybe you want to only spend $20 this week, or you only want to spend $40 this week. Go get the cash, put it in your wallet, and that is all you got to spend. So as you're making your purchases, as you're making your decisions, as you're putting it on the card, you're going to look at your wallet, because you're not going to put it on the card, you're going to pay cash. You're going to look in your wallet, and you're going to break that 20, and now you're going to have $13 left, and then you're going to have 7, and then you're going to have 3, and all of a sudden now you're like, oh my gosh, I can't buy that because I don't have the money in my wallet. That is the very first step to changing your thoughts, changing your outcome. You're not saying to yourself, I'm being deprived. You're saying to yourself, I set a goal, I'm going to only spend $20, and I am getting to the end of my $20. I'm in charge here. I'm going to determine where my money goes. I'm not going to just spend it and wonder where the heck it went. The opposite of what there's always an opposite of what you're thinking. When you are negative and your mindset is in the weeds, it's called below the line thinking. You are thinking below the line, but there's always an opposite of below the line. There's always opposite of cold and hot, salt and pepper. There's always an opposite, white and black. So I would like to encourage you to find the opposite thinking, find tiny little baby steps, and put a plan in place. And if you have no idea how to do that, just message me, send me a comment, however you want to reach me. You can reach me at hello@positivelydane.net, and I will happily help you put your plan in place. All right, this ends number 1 of our little informal video series. And is it Henry Ford? Let me know. Thanks.